Started all over again. I deleted the old one on YouTube. I refreshed everything. I deleted it on Twitter. I deleted it all because I'm a noob and I couldn't get it right, guys. If you don't know, my name is Tank, and I sometimes get things correct and sometimes I don't. Today was one of those days where I sometimes don't. So we started all over again. Today we're going to be talking about a bunch of things in the crypto landscape, in the TradeFi traditional markets. We're going to be talking about precious metals. Specifically, we're going to be talking about silver. I do want to talk to you guys about the Bitcoin halving and the ETF, obviously. But before we do that, guys, I want to give a humongous channel sponsor to Kajira.network. Absolutely love Kajira.network, guys. They are our channel sponsor here at IBC Gang. They're the blockchain for real yield, the decentralized ecosystem for protocols builders and Web3 users seeking sustainable fintech. If you guys don't know about Kajira.network, I highly suggest that you guys definitely go check them out. Again, it's Kajira.network. Check them out. Do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. Do everybody in the space a favor and go check them out, because I promise you, you probably will find something that will spark your interest when you check out their platform. Guys, I made a post not too long ago talking to you guys about what I feel personally when it comes to the Kajira ecosystem. And so I want to share it with you guys one more time real quick. Team Kajira are realistic and down-to-earth people who have their finger on the pulse of their community. Their team members have seemed to be thus far genuine and committed individuals who have shown to have morals and ethics, something that is rare in this space, in my humble opinion. The Kajira community is also interesting because it's not just the official team that supports the community with protocols and or products. The community also gives back and supports their ecosystem. Look at the recent NFT collections and how they utilize the functions available on Kajira.network. I have so much more that I could say, but I want to say this lastly. Look at what they did with Stargaze. They brought excitement, pushed new features, and broke records recently. The impression and inspiration that the team and community are leaving on the entire Cosmos ecosystem is awesome and refreshing. They are pushing conversations and inspiring competition by leading from example, and I hope to see more of this in our space. So guys, that's my official stance and statement about Kajira network, guys, and the Kajira ecosystem, the Kajira team. Yes, I am on the operations sub-DAO for the Juno network, but I can appreciate the movement and what Kajira has done thus far. I hope that Juno, Stargaze, Atom, Evmos, Secret, Neutron, all of them, every single one of them, Celestia, which ones am I forgetting right now, guys? There's so many in our space, guys. I hope all of our chains, all of our little niche little subgroups within our ecosystem start really taking that statement to heart and start being inspired. They start getting inspired. They start opening conversations and being real with themselves and also with their competitors, sisters, and or brothers, cousins, if you will, within the space. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with appreciating movements that are organic and that are profitable and that are productive. And Team Kajira, the Kajira ecosystem in its entirety, has been doing just that, guys. Oh, Astro Vault, and oh my gosh, I can't. When I have to think about it, I can't think of it all. But anyway, all of them. I hope all of them start really seeing the benefit of that. Guys, I really do appreciate you guys coming back, even though I fumbled it. I fumbled it just like the Bengals yesterday in the stupid football game. Man, the Ravens just took us to town. But yeah, I fumbled it. I really do appreciate all of you guys coming back. Hey, do me a huge favor. Before we go any further, if you guys would retweet, reshare, subscribe, like the video, do all those cringy things, because if I don't say it, people just don't do it. And even if I do say it, most of the time people don't do it. But it takes like 1 second to do these things. It's nothing wrong with retweeting or resharing. You're just being supportive. And think of it this way, guys. Even if you don't like me, even if you don't like the things that we say here, if you like any of the things that we cover, you're doing yourself a favor, because the more people that see these videos by you being supportive, the more chances are the things that you like get exposure. So you're really scratching your own back, guys. Don't scratch mine, scratch yours. Be productive, be helpful, be a nice person and help out a little bit, man. We're just trying to put out food for thought for people to digest so that they can hopefully use it as nourishment in their trading and or investing journey, right? That's all it's about. None of this is financial advice. I don't know it all. I'm just a dude that has done quite well for himself. But like that's sharing their thoughts on like, on social media. So take that for what it's worth, man. Take that for what it's worth. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into it, guys. Shout outs to Box and Dave and everybody else that's in chat right now. Shout outs to everybody that's going to be viewing this after the fact. If you guys are coming in later, congrats to you guys for being here because you guys are some of the smart ones that listen. Guys, let's go ahead and jump on. Let's go ahead and jump on in on the markets, actually. Let's go ahead and just jump on in on the markets and see what we can see here. We're going to go take a look real quickly at the Dow Jones, and we're just going to kind of like skim through it. It's Friday. It's options close. There's expiries happening. There's a lot of volatility. There's people with expectations with the SEC and the Feds doing this or doing that. Guys, there's a lot of people anticipating that the Fed rate hikes are going to come to somewhat of a halt. Not necessarily like that it's going to go back down, but there's a lot of people expecting that they're going to come to a halt and just kind of hold rates higher for longer, for a long period of time. And so people are kind of like just being in that watch and see mode more than anything right now. And I think that's smart. I've been saying that for a long time. I think if you haven't been taking positions, in the past to where you're in profits, maybe, the best thing to do, not financial advice, is just be patient, sit back and wait. Right now on the daily time frame using Market Cipher, you can see that we are in this really wonky for the Dow Jones. I'm going to be very honest with you guys, cup and handle pattern right now. We are coming back up to, and it's kind of crazy to me because I think this handle is a bit premature, but we are coming back to the next point of interest, which would be resistance, previous resistance, probably holding up as resistance going forward. If not, like if we do play out with this cup and handle, if the Fed does pause, if the market was correct, right? If people front ran up things a little bit and people were practicing proper risk management, we could see this breakthrough and go much further because a cup and handle pattern, especially on the higher time frames, are very, very bullish. But, if not, I would suspect that volatile moments are ahead of us or to come in the next couple of weeks / months because we're coming up to the end of the year. But 35,525 is the next point of interest of volatility that we need to overcome. If not, if we reverse, because it does look like we're actually kind of stalling here and people don't get convinced to really back up their initial thesis on what's happening in the markets, we will come back down and retest 34,239 for the Dow Jones on the daily time frame using Market Cipher as our favorite oscillator indicator tool of choice. What's up, chicken tacos? What's up, man? Are you free today, buddy? Let's go, Kuji. That's right, Dave. That's right. Let's go, Kuji. Let's go. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on Market Cipher A, Market Cipher B. And, if I just kind of zoom in here for you guys to see, you can see that the RSIs are stalling out a little bit. They are rounding, looking like they're going to be coming back down. It does look like we briefly popped up into the positive money flow. Then again, we could come back down, get a little volatility throughout the next couple of weeks, months, like I said, and kind of thread that line here of indecision before hopefully popping back up and starting to make a mountain range of sorts on Market Cipher B. Again, patience is where it's at, I think, more than anything right now. If you're in a profitable position from the past movements here, like you gotta be at least considering it. If you don't, I honestly, I've been saying this a lot lately. I think that you're an a-hole if you don't consider, especially on these indexes, right? Like, especially in the TradeFi sector of markets and stuff like that. Like, if you're up a double-digit move and you haven't, like, at least considered taking profits, you're an a-hole. You're just an a-hole. Glad I waited. Good for you, man. Patience. I DCA today. What'd you DCA on? Maneki OG in the house. That's right. That's right, baby. Maneki OG. Dude, by the way, chicken tacos with the consistent Maneki cat for forever now, ever since we launched. You know what I had to do? To be honest with you, I love my Maneki as my PFP, but my beautiful wife was like, what, like, show your face. And I was like, all right, babe, I'm just going to, you and me, I'm never going to change it again. This is you and me. But man, coffee cheers to you, my friends. Coffee cheers to you. Let's get to talking about Maneki after we get through a couple other things. What you DCA into though? I'm curious. Yeah, but that's what I'm seeing right now. with the Dow Jones. Again, we could come back down, even if we get volatility here with the momentum waves, we can come back down here and just kind of thread. If we bounce off this, great. If not, even if we thread through it, it's still relative to me with this 1, 2. Actually, we have more dips below 3 out of 5 than this. So this is probably invalid, to be very honest with you. But I've left it there, much like a lot of things. I just leave there and project out, see if it holds up in the future. It'd be really curious to see if this holds up. And then we'd have 3 out of 3, right? And then what do you say? What do you do? So that's kind of like the reasoning why I project things out and leave them for long term, because I just want to see. I just want to see, right? It could just be a point of interest. I like to call things points of interest instead of being firm on any one thing. But that's just a point of interest that I want to watch out. Let's see what happens, guys. Chicken Taco says, I did put my Manta up until they announced the winner of the swap. Wait, what do you mean? You put it up for sale? Until, yeah, but they have different parameters, right? Like you can put up your Manta NFT and still be part of the raffle thing, right? Ooh, excuse me, right? I think so, right? I'm pretty sure. Let's go into the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq basically flat as well. Everything basically flat as well today. They had a drawing for 500 Kuji. Was it me? Somebody tell me it was me, please. Guys, we're coming up to the huge point of interest right now. Huge point of interest for the Nasdaq right here. Guys, that point of interest is going to be right around 15, but basically right where we are, to be very honest. We're just right underneath it right now. But yeah, 15, I had it at 15,848. We're basically right there. Yeah, we're actually right there right now. Actually, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how we've been pointing that out, and I'm like, wait, that can't be right. But no, I've had that there for a long, long time. But yeah, we're coming up to this point on the charts here. Now, again, I'll be honest with you. I'd much rather see this get a little volatile, I said, and like play out the handle a bit more. But if it goes here, like so be it, whatever, beggars can't be choosers. But we're expect some volatility here. Just take a look at market cipher B. You can see that we got a strong rejection from that point here. It does look like we're kind of pointing back down. It does look like we're in this indecision threading zone right here between positive and negative money flow. We are still in the positive money flow for the Nasdaq. I think again, just it's pretty plain and simple. A lot of people are just waiting for what happens with this next Fed rate hike, if there is one. I do have my 200 SMA strategies just in case. I think patience is an enemy game. Dave said, heard on the grapevine, there might be a lot of Kuji unstaking in the next 1 to 2 weeks. But you don't have to hear from the grapevine. Let's actually just go take a look at that. Let's actually just go ahead and take a look at that. Actually, we can see that using. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find this for you guys. Or is that on my Brave? That might be on my Brave browser. Hold on. Here. Hold on 1 second. I got it for you guys. I got it. Let me share with you guys this. I'll share with you guys my whole screen. So this is Smart Stakes Analytics page, okay? Yeah, I'll do that right now. So this is Smart Stakes Analytics page. I think it's very, very useful for anybody that's in the Cosmos ecosystem. I highly recommend them, along with other analytics pages, because again, all of them kind of draw and they're just a little bit different, but this is a pretty good one. I feel like if you go up here, you can pick from all of these chains here, and they should be able to give you a pretty good snapshot of what's going on. So let's go ahead and take a look at Kajura. Right now, Kajura on the day has 177.9 thousand undelegating today. In the next 7 days, they have 2.7 million being undelegated. And overall, they have 3.9, just under 4 million Kuji being undelegated. The percent staked is still above half of what's in current supply. They have 50.6% totally being staked that's in circulating supply right now. And even if to go a step further, I'm not going to waste a lot of time doing this, but you can click on these validators. Oops, sorry. Let's make this a little nicer here. You can actually click on the validators, I believe. Can you not? I thought before let us just click on it. Okay. Well, you can click before it used to just do this drop down. You can click on them here, go down to the very bottom here, and you can see per validator like what their pending undelegations is, or which validators have the highest amount of undelegating Kuji on their validator node. So right now, like you can see, the auto stake has 466,000 being undelegated right now from their node. So super, super interesting, right? And then you can just go Denku right here, go to ratio staking. You can check out which one of them is holding the most undelegations. So again, like you can see, I would expect, and be very honest with you, I would expect that there's going to be a lot of at this price point, because it's held up. There's going to be a lot of undelegations happening at this price because it's held up within the 350 range for a long time. Like, right? If it is like, look, let me share with you guys the Kuji price. I'm sorry, we're kind of just going at the whims of our request here because I'm a man of the people here. But this is the Kujira Mexi. Like, this isn't the best one, but this is Kujira's Mexi chart. And like we're in all-time high. Like, basically we're in relatively a new atmosphere over the past month. We've been up here, so we're floating. We're just trying to find out where we stick, where we're going to get some support. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, to be very honest with you, like we've said it a million times, right? If things take off parabolically, expect them to come back somewhat in at least some degree of equal or similar force. Right now, I'm just really surprised. This is a daily time frame that we've stuck in this kind of fashion right here for as long as we have been. I mean, if you look at this price action, we've got a trending upline of support. We have, somewhat of a trending downline of resistance here that's been holding up, right? Like, I don't want to say this is a flag at all for the daily time frame, but like, you call it for whatever you want. I'm just surprised that that's been the case thus far. Now, if we come back, like I do have short term, let me show you guys here. So let me take my ugly mug off here. Like you can see right here, short term, if you're just FOMOing, you just, oh my gosh, everything's going right for Kujira. Maybe you want to get in feeler buys, right? 319, 295, but nothing that's going to wreck you. You're just like, oh, this is going to go back to $4 and I'm going to miss it. If I, just something to satisfy that whistle, to wet your whistle a little. But honestly with you guys, man, like I'm looking, if I'm looking at entering again, where's it going to be? I love Kujira. They're my channel sponsor, but let's be absolutely serious, right? It's going to be probably $180 to $2. That's previous all-time high range. Right? Why would it, if we've said it a million times before, why would it previous resistance and or support get back tested as previous resistance and or support? It kind of needs to at times. Not all of them do it. I'm gonna be very honest. Yeah, 250. That's because I'm saying, like, not all of them do it, right? And again, I've seen this, and I can give you guys examples. I'm not going to for the sake of sorry, this is really, really the sun. It's not a bright day today. I have my window open, but not all protocols or tokens necessarily do that, where they back test, and some of them just take off like a freaking rocket, especially when they have momentum, when they have a narrative, when they have like support through and through. And Kujira looks like one of those. I'm not gonna lie, but the realist in me, because I've seen this so many times before, I'm prepared for that pullback, right? Still, even if it pulls back to, let's just say like 250 is the example, right? From the low of 56 cents that we were showing everybody here to 250, let's be real. 250 would mean that a pump up to 339% on the charts is just getting back tested. I'll take that all day long. For a long-term investor. Maybe not good for you short-term traders, right? But like long-term investor, sure, let's lay down a foundation level of support. Let's show some real concrete footing to build upon before we make another push on up. Like, if that's what we really, really want long-term for Kujira, like, people are throwing out $69 or $35, or some people even been like $100 meme, like, moon boy stuff. Trust me, if that happens, guys, oh my God. But in order for us to get there, like, I'm not trying to be moon boy. In order for us to get there, we need pullbacks. We need realistic pullbacks, realistic price action. And so 250, I wouldn't complain about it at all. Matter of fact, I wouldn't complain about $2, to be very honest with you. I don't want it to happen, but I wouldn't complain one bit. I would expect it. And I think, to be very honest with you, I might have been playing around with limit orders there. I think I only have one limit order up right now, and that is actually at the 250. No, I'm sorry, the 260, 275 range, I believe. Because I had some other ones that I took them off because I was like, nah, let's just see what happens with everything else right now. But yeah, 300% Turkish. Yeah, 300. Yeah. They have been throwing 3 digits around on Twitter. Yeah, I've seen that. That's craziness. I mean, not to say that it can't happen. Let's just be real. Here's another example, right? Like we saw Luna do it. I know people don't want to talk about it, but we saw Luna do that. We saw Luna just go, pff, you know. There's many examples of things in the past that have just gone, whatever, let's freaking go, right? And never turn back. So I don't want to fade that because it's real. But yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all. Let's go back real quickly. We'll swing through the traditional markets. Like we were talking about NASDAQ. That's what I thought about the NASDAQ, right? Cup and handle pattern, 200 SMA, just in case. I've already free and clear, take my triple plus play and done my thing. With all of these. So it's really easy for me to cover these when you're in profits and when you're emotionless with what's happening. I think I'm of the camp that I think that, like I said, no rate hikes. They hold it higher for longer. And you know, yeah. But let's go into the Russell right now. The Russell is up 1.47%. So that's really interesting. Let's go to SPX. The SPX also basically flat. Same thing as before. Cup and handle pattern playing out. A little premature with the handle. It's coming up to a point of it. Again, really funny how the chicken tacos, you know this, man. And I keep saying this to everybody else, but we've been putting out these resistance and our support lines for so freaking long now that it's almost exhausting telling people that we've been doing that. Like, but I don't know how else to like say it without sounding that way. Like it's almost like, you know, for everybody that's been watching, I'm sorry, but that's what it is. You guys know the value that I think I add to this space is being repetitive, is being a student to my game, the rules of engagement that I have, the you know, strategies that I have, utilizing those and being consistent with the message, guys. We've been showing these points of interest for so freaking long that it doesn't surprise me that we're coming up basically right now to 45, 46, and it's holding up as resistance short term. If it plays out, like be ready for it. It could pop really, really violently back up past all-time highs, especially when we get through the holiday season. But if not, look out for the 200 SMA, rinse and or repeat. We got multiple zones here. And you can even say this, if you don't want to wait for the low of the 200 SMA, which I'm waiting for with my capital, like look here, like maybe you just go 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is like below, right? Like below this range here, like below down here. I don't know. Maybe you do something like that. To each their own. I've got my strategy. I'm just putting out suggestions, some food for thought for people. Same thing for the NASDAQ, right? If we go back down, these big broader lines here, those are huge levels of support and resistance in the past that's going to probably hold up in the future if price action follows itself down that way. Like, you know, like don't fade the markets and what is realistically probably going to happen. Like, don't let the bears get into your ear. Don't let all the bulls get into your ear and try to fudge you in any which direction. Nobody cares about that. That's just emotional people talking their lip right now. Look, I'm going to be very honest with you. There's average of resistance here. There was an average of support in the past here. That's going to be a level that you want to watch out for the NASDAQ in the future if price action comes back down. If not, so be it. We're on our way. We've already made our decisions. But if it comes back down here, you don't want to wait for the new 200 SMA strategy, which is all the way down here. Think of the bold lines as like 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is somewhere down here, right? 4x4 DCA strategy. If you don't know about my 4x4 DCA strategy and the things that I use, check out the YouTube channel. Tell your auntie, tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell the people at work that steal your food that you don't like, because eventually you don't want to be around them. And the only way to do that is to get rich, to get good, or maybe they get good so you don't have to be breathing their air. Share the channel. retweet it, put it on your socials, show them the 4x4 DCA strategy, show them the 200 SMA strategy, show them the power of it being combined together. It's not financial advice, but I'm telling you right now, especially in TradeFi, it freaking works. I've been showing people it works, right? And like, I'm not even charging people for this stuff. It's a charge to me. The only people that's been saving me is Kuji, like, and that's not even a lot, but I appreciate it. But yeah, let's move on. We already showed the SPX, the same thing here, bold lines, right? Like, save yourself, save yourself, save yourself. Let's get in. Let's take a look at the DXY. The DXY falling below 104.63, right? That yellow line that we've been sharing with you guys for a long time, 104.63. We thought that we were going to be ping-ponging like this. Yeah, we wicked up. I like to call it threading. We threaded things. And so what? Whatever, right? Right now we're testing on the daily time frame for the DXY, which is the dollar strength index, the 200 SMA. Guys, what happens if the 200 SMA doesn't hold up as support for anything? Usually, you take a slippery slope ride of death on the chart, right? And we're coming to this critical level right now with the 200 SMA. If that falters, if we take that slippery slide, we could literally come back down to this channel zone that's been holding up as support thus far and go and test it. Like that, it's major, right? Things snowball, things domino. They have domino effects. But yeah, check out the DXY, guys. Let's go into, because I wanted to fly through things. We're at 26 minutes. Let's not count our sad attempt at the other stream that we did. Bitcoin right now up 1%. That's so much better than what I thought we'd be, especially considering what we have going on right now with the SEC and them approving all these spot Bitcoin ETFs. Like, look, let me share with you guys this here before we get into the price action, okay? This is a tweet from, I can't even say it, James. I can't even say it. James Steffart. I can't say it. He farted. James Steffart. How do you say it, guys? I don't know how to say it. James Steffart with Bloomberg, I believe. Still no signs of delay order on Franklin Bitcoin ETF filing. There's many. There's not just the Franklin ETF filing. Both Franklin and Hashdex had the same deadline, which isn't until tomorrow, Friday the 17th. Obviously, watching closely for it. Global X decision delay is due by the 21st. You can see, obviously, that was on the 16th here. But if you go and take a look at what's trending right now, I don't know if is it still trending right now? Bitcoin ETF. Let's see what's trending right now. We might get a whole bunch of weird things live here. Hearing chatter on SEC's trading markets engage with exchanges this week on spot Bitcoin's ETF, advising them they like ETFs to do cash creates. Yeah. Get a sip of my coffee because I'm fumbling my words. Creates in kind. And has asked them. So if you guys don't know what that is, that's basically saying instead of them settling in Bitcoin, they want people to settle the ETFs in cash. So like that's really what the SEC is looking for, right? Like they don't want you to settle with Bitcoin. They want you to settle using fiat cash. So that's kind of like what they're saying there. This isn't unexpected, but it's a good sign nonetheless. And I agree with them. Let me see here. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I'm trending. I'm one of the first one trending. That's kind of awkward. That's weird. Well, I'm not trending. It's just my algorithm. Spot. That's weird. Looking at yourself. Spot Bitcoin ETF approval for all filers who make the change below is as close to a sure thing as can be. Whoever is not scrambling and doing whatever they can for more BTC right now is truly regarded, in my opinion, is not true. Okay, whatever. I thought that was like, are they trying to say something else? Let me see what this person says here. Hearing chatter at SEC trading markets engage. Yeah, we already covered that. Cash creates makes sense, in my opinion, because broker dealers can't deal in Bitcoin. So doing cash creates put onus, I can't say words today, on issuers to transact in Bitcoin and keeps broker dealers from having to use unregistered subsidiaries or third-party firms to deal with BTC, less limitations for their overall. Only 2 to 3 filers have planned for this. The rest wanted to do in kind, so may have to adjust or risk delay. anyway. This doesn't change our 90% odds up and or down, but it's good sign. That's good. That's good. Regardless, like I think there should be some of them that are handling the spot ETF um, in cash, and then or selling in cash, and then there should just be in kind. The other half just in kind. That would be smart, in my humble opinion, right? For the markets just in general. But anyway, that's my 2 cents, and that's the overall community's 2 cents about the Bitcoin ETF right now on social media. If we go back into the charts right now, you can see that we are at 36,499. And guys, this is really, really good. Like I know a lot of people were hoping to see it actually come out already, and it just be skyrocketing to test 41,000. But in general, I have to say, basically where we are, session disconnected. We are looking really, really good for the Bitcoin price, all things considered. Now, I do want to move on in to the larger Bitcoin chart that I have for you guys here, and kind of talk to you guys about my anticipation for the halving. Now, the halving is projected to be out in April 2024, so like less than 5 months away. And let me bring up my Brave browser here, and let me share with you guys my screen, because this is the only way I can do this here using this platform. But this is my Brave browser. There we go. Got it. You can see this is an article on investing.com. Next Bitcoin halving is looming. Can it propel the crypto into new highs? Now, I'm gonna give you guys the general gist about this. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the general gist of this. I don't know. There's a lot of white happening right now, so I can like turn off certain things. But look at me. I look so pale. I gotta go away from it. So it looks like I'm shining. I'm shining right now. Actually, let's just take myself away in general here. So they go over basically what the Bitcoin halving is, previous halvings, and you can I just want to show you guys this chart here, right? Like, check out this chart. It basically shows you guys the same thing that I've been sharing with you guys for a long, long time. And it, in a roundabout way, in a really just kind of fast way, it's basically telling you that if you were in any position during the anticipation phase leading up to the halving, like you saw phenomenal returns. And that's all we can really do is take what's previously happened in the past and make our decisions based on that. Yes, times are different. Things might be different. The landscape could be super, that's fine. It's always different. If you really think about it, every single time, the next day or the next moment, the landscape is always different. Things are always evolving. But the clear fact of the matter is, and it's not my opinion, it's the opinion of everything thus far, is you've gotten a return. And again, I can show you guys that on the charts quite simply by just zooming out on the monthly here, resetting it. Every single time you front ran the halving, which are these vertical lines, you did very well for yourself. And that's what this article is sharing with. Oops, you guys can't see this. That's what that article is sharing with you guys. It's just sharing with you guys, look, they're catching up to what I already did. They're showing you guys that you're going to typically, and this is historically accurate, you're going to get a return that's probably positive, more likely than not, because of the halving. That's not a guarantee, but that's just, what we have to go by. So I thought it was just interesting. Not that, I'm surprised, but we've been sharing this same data for a long, long time. And now all these other big platforms are trying to play catch up with it. Guys, the rest of the crypto market not doing also well today. You can see that, total 2 is currently down right now. Let me go skim through this real quickly, guys. Total 2 is down 0.60%. Total 3, which is everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, down 0.4. All in all, though, not a bad day. This is just a stereotypical day, especially for a Friday in the Bitcoin or crypto landscape, I should say, not just Bitcoin. Atom's back down to that low $9 range, $9.21. It's down 4%. Like I said before, guys, if you guys aren't taking profits on a double digit, I wish it was a triple digit price point for Atom, just a double digit for my correction though, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. Same thing for a lot of these things, guys. I was telling you guys before, if you're not considering taking profits, you're an a-hole. And hopefully you're not an a-hole. Hopefully your butt's not puckering right now because of this. You're not getting shook out. Hopefully you were a consistent profit taker and you've been realizing those gains while prices have been pumping. Because this was, guys, let's just take Adam again for example here, right? We hit the zone of 615, 90 boo, stick your head in doo-doo. We hit this zone of 615 like I told people, and we worked ourselves all the way up 71% here. 71% on November 13th. We got a price point of $10 and almost 50 cents. Right now, we're finding ourselves in 30 days, still up 54%. So 90 boo-boo, stick your head in doo-doo if you didn't do it. If you don't take profits, then you're probably not going to make it in this game long term. And you need to watch these videos a lot more is what I would probably suggest to everybody else. Especially in the Cosmos ecosystem, right? Like we can speculate and share our feelings and thoughts about protocols and personalities and whatnot within the Cosmos ecosystem as far as content creators go. Like we could do all of that stuff, but I'm going to be real. I'm the only person that can show you guys sticking my neck out like that. So if you guys don't appreciate that, if you guys can't see the proof is in the pudding and it's taking me over a year sometimes to like really be able to say this, like, go get wrecked then. I guess I'm like, speaking to the wall, which I guess I am because there's a wall right there. But I'm just saying, man, like, hey, I want you guys to all be winners, man. Watch the channel. Watch it. Even if you don't like me, watch the damn channel. I want you guys to all be able to stay home. Like, you're right. Stay home if you guys want to. Don't be like some other plebs. Dang, man. Let's move on from that, though. Let's move on from that. Kuji right now. Oh, actually, let's go back. We already talked about Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum's down 0.99, almost 1% right now. We're probably going to be coming back down, testing, those previous lows that we've had in the past. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I wouldn't be surprised if, again, 1876. Well, first off, basically where we are right now, if it doesn't hold up, we're going to go back down and test 1876, 1800. If that doesn't hold up, guys, we're going to be looking at 16 over the long haul. But again, until we get there, I don't care. I took profits. Look at how we called these zones again. Look at how we called these freaking zones again for you guys. Yes, we didn't hit it to a T, but again, using a 4x4 DCA strategy, we don't need to, right? Guys, again, we called this dotted zone right here, 1607. It wasn't rocket science. It wasn't brain surgery or anything like that. It's just looking back in the past and seeing where our previous resistance and our support was and going on average, right? Just an average. Guys, we DCA'd into this and we sold off into it again. I don't know what to tell y'all. But if you're in the Cosmos ecosystem, do me a favor, watch the shows, share them with your buddies. Tell the favorite protocols and people that you might run in inner circles with that they need to support this channel and be a channel sponsor, because dang it, man, if we want people to stick around, if we want capital not to flood out of Cosmos, if we want capital to be used here, then we can't be having people get wrecked. I'm just saying that's my thought process. So again, you guys can waste your time. Not that I'm talking shade or throwing shade on any of my friends out there that do this as well, because I got I love Joe, I love Don and all this other stuff. But look, that like covering people and protocols and like narratives and stuff like that only goes so far, man. It only goes so far. We could do that until we're blue in the face and talk about how we feel all day long, right? But man, let's talk about real stuff that's going to keep people here, make people money. That's what I do. Anyway, but watch them because again, Joe's great, Don's great. You need fundamentals along with realistic things on the charts. It's a merger, it's a blend, right? It's a marriage of sorts. But so all I'm saying is help me out, man. Help me out here. I'm trying to help y'all. Solana down just a little bit, but had a tremendous run. So obviously probably going to be coming down, right? Down 0.17%, DOT down 2.11%. Let's move on. Crow up 0.47%, but it had a humongous run as well. I'm not convinced until Crow goes back above 16 cents. But hey, I'm just throwing it out there. Kujira down 3.48, but it's still sitting at 350, basically 354 at the current moment. Love it. We already talked our hearts out about Kujira, so we'll just leave it at that. Juno still above 50 cents. Look at that. Look at this day. Look at this, guys. That's strong. It's down 3.79%, but still above 50 cents at 52 cents right now. Look out for the almost said the bad word there along with. Oops, I'm sorry, guys. I get ahead of myself. But look out for the Operation Subdial. Look out for the subdials, the charter that is being formed, that's being deployed here soon. I am on the Operation Subdial for Juno, trying to bring realistic and sustainable, profitable, hopefully partnerships and thought processes back to the Juno network, along with some other key individuals to help me do so. We're also here to uphold the will of the people. Like, I promise you guys one thing for sure. I will make sure that that vote gets upheld and nothing fishy is happening, period. As long as I'm on that seat, I will ensure that the voice of the people is heard and or reinforced through and through always, and that nothing fishy and nothing weird behind closed doors is happening. Promise you that. But yeah, don't fade Juno. Permission to smart contract play. Really now controlled by the people for the people, right? Never going to have to worry about any kind of regulatory securities concern. Knowing what we know and that being true and being what it is. Let's move on from that, guys. Let's talk real quickly about Evmos. Evmos down 1.04%. It's trading at just under 8 cents. 0.077. Osmosis down 2.24, trading at 65 cents. But again, humongous rallies, right? Injective still up on the day, 1.26%. They're trading at $16. They were once previously almost, I think they were at 20, just shy of $20. So tremendous things again happening for Injective. We called this one to a freaking P as well. People need to just watch the damn channel more. Secret down 4%, almost 5%. Back trading at 33 cents right now. I think it's probably going to be coming back down to 28 cents, that yellow line like I've been sharing with people for a long, long time. Akash down 4.86%, but also what a beautiful looking chart. Like, this is actually, I don't care what anybody says, this is a beautiful looking chart long term. So pretty crazy to watch. I really love Jackal in the Cosmos ecosystem. If I have a moment, I'll bring that up. I actually don't have a moment though, so I just saw how far we're going. We're almost at 45 minutes here. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now in the crypto landscape. I did want to take a quick second. If you guys don't mind, I know we're going to go a little bit off the beaten path here, but I've been talking to you guys quite a bit about silver, and I haven't had a chance just yet to cover it. Silver up on the day, still just barely still up on the day here. Let me share with you guys the silver chart on the weekly time frame though. Look at this silver chart on the weekly time frame. There's a huge opportunity here, in my humble opinion, more than ever right now. And like, there is, I think, a very good argument for silver's price to actually not necessarily be, well, there is a short squeeze, but it's going to take a little bit of time for me to actually explain this. And I don't have that time. We'll do that on another stream, but there is a short squeeze narrative that could actually play out when it comes to physical silver and paper traded silver on the stock markets, on the exchanges, right? There's a huge difference in the two. And if people start wanting redemptions, or people start calling in for all of those things because of the economic situation that the US is in right now, basically the world is in, not just the US, like, that's going to cause a huge demand, right? Not to forget that the institutional or industrial, I should say, demand for silver is much, much higher than any other precious metal out there right now. I think there's a huge opportunity in silver, not to try to talk you guys into it, but I just want to keep putting my finger out there on the pulse. I could be wrong. Silver did stop and wasn't able to settle over $24. It recently went up to $24. I took some profits on my paper traded silver at $24. But I think that it's only a matter of time until it does get above $24 and it skyrockets from there, maybe back into like that $30 range. But yeah, just be mindful of that, guys. PAAS is another one of my favorites. I'm just putting it out there, guys. Pan American Silver Corporation had some tremendous moves over the past couple of days. Flat right now, trading at 14.36. Again, same thing. I took some profits on that on the recent move. So it's kind of like my indirect way of also getting into silver and also getting into semiconductors and chip manufacturing and whatnot. Because again, you need silver for all of these processes, like the industrial need and demand for silver and some of these precious metals. You got to know fundamentally like where it's at, right? So yeah, I really like it, guys. Don't fade copper. Copper's up 1%. This is a beautiful chart on the weekly time frame. Again, Love me some copper. Yeah. Wait until white line. You talking about for what? Silver? So silver on okay, silver on the. Let me go to the daily right here. So let me go here. So silver, like I played obviously the cup and handle line to a T. I also played down here. So I bought a bunch of silver down here when we were looking at 1885, right? But we're looking at this long-term trend line here would be the most optimal time to actually get. Oh, PAS. Okay, PAS. Let me move in here. Yeah. So I again for myself was looking at this short-term trend line of support that we had here, right? I'm sorry, I'm trying to clean this up here. We had two lines, this short-term trend line of support here projected out here, and then we had this long-term trend line. I was just basically looking for the fan difference. Oh God, I just moved that. Almost ruined that. I was just looking for the difference in between here and was ready to DCA between this fan. Buying both. Yep. But that's not financial. That's just my humble opinion. That's what I've been looking at, man. Of course, always dependent on momentum, always dependent on the narrative. Actually, PAS had some really interesting things happen. Like if you look here, boom, here's an article. Pan American Silver Corporation National Bank after Q3 miss price target lowered to $28. So they had some like informative bits of information that was just shared not too long ago. They also had, I believe, like their dividends thrown out there somewhere. QT earnings, revenues, miss estimates. I can't find it here. It was somewhere in there. I'll be more prepared next time. But anyway, guys, real talk. That's what I got for you guys today. It's Friday. I'm gonna go enjoy a little bit of afternoon with my sons. I got so much more other things to do. Guys, I really do appreciate you guys and the support. Don't forget, like, share, retweet. Tell your mom, tell your auntie, tell your brother, tell your sister. Make some fake accounts. I don't care what you guys do. I would love to support. I really would love to support. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to hide that. Like, do whatever you guys can. Don't spend money on the support, but like do whatever you guys can to be supportive. It should make you feel like a good person. It makes me feel like a good person when you guys are. With that, everybody's a win-win. You guys have a good afternoon. Have a good weekend. Spend it with your family. I hope you guys enjoy it. With that, I'm going to be out. Take profits. Bye. I want dividends. That's right. Me too. Winner.